Hello and welcome to the match reaction. Manchester United losing today away at Swansea 2-1. I've got Joey with me to discuss the game. Now, what did you make of that game today? I mean, a lot of people think it was pretty bad. A lot of people are pretty frustrated with that performance. I don't know what you see in the game today.
Um, it wasn't like, look, the first 5-10 minutes, United come out dominated. Rooney was through twice on goal. Second half came out, got the goal. Dominated, played well, and then there was just that 5-10 minutes. I think they scored on 61 and 66, where there was just you look at that first goal, the team's pushing up the pitch. And Rooney just gives a sloppy ball away and just kind of stands there, and we got caught out. To be honest, okay, the first goal, maybe I'm being harsh because of the second goal, but I thought his positioning on the first goal, Romero, was horrible. The ball gets crossed, and he kind of stays in the middle of the goal, and I think it was Ayew heads it into the fucking ground, and I just thought he could have done better on the first goal, whatever. The second goal, I mean, there's no excuses. I could have stopped that. That's fucking terrible. That is absolutely shocking. And what you're seeing is a keeper that has no confidence. The guy's coming in on, all these clean sheets. He's got no confidence? Like, what the fuck is that about? How do you not have confidence when you've gotten all these clean sheets? It's just, whatever. There's some things I don't agree with Van Gaal is he brings on Carrick and Young and takes off, I think it was Herrera and Schneiderlin, when those two were probably some of the better players in the first half, I thought. Why would you bring Ashley Young on to cross the ball? No, he took off Mata, not Herrera at first. Then he took off Herrera for Fellaini. Why are you bringing Young on to cross the ball in to Herrera, Rooney, Memphis? Okay, Rooney's decent in the air, but these aren't players that are gonna, out-jump Ashley Williams and the other players. If you're going to bring Young on, you have to bring Fellaini on. Also, you don't need two holding midfielders when you're chasing the game with 20 minutes left because they're just going to sit back. So what did I make of it? I made of it that United got to go out and spend because, look, there's been some really good investment in this club. They spent pretty good. Other than last season, the Di Maria, the Falcao, that didn't really work out. But, Blind has played well, and Memphis looks all right. He's young. He's going to be one of the best players if he works hard and things like that. Schneiderlin, Schweinsteiger, great players. They've done well. But you have to think, they're not just building a starting 11. They're starting from scratch almost, taking what we had and trying to build an entire 28-man squad around it. It's going to take just more than 2 transfer windows, summer transfer windows, because you can't count the winter ones. But there needs to be some investment. I guess we'll go into Rooney in a little bit because I think Rooney was just really, really bad.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as you touched there with Wayne Rooney, it certainly wasn't a good game from Wayne Rooney. I know a lot of people thought he was obviously back to his best in the week when he scored that hat-trick against Club Brugge, but personally I think Club Brugge played well into our hands. I mean, they were obviously so open. I mean, I just couldn't believe how open they were in the 2 games, and we picked them off so easily. I mean, Memphis Depay obviously getting a couple of goals there, and so far, I mean, I didn't think it was a terrible game from Memphis Depay, but obviously doesn't look like scoring as he did in them games.
Well, they doubled up on him. You have to understand that too.
Yeah.
Somebody was tweeting me like, "Oh, he keeps passing the ball back," but every time he got the ball, especially in the second half when they made adjustments, he would come over to help the right back. So that's going to create space somewhere else for someone to do whatever. Yeah. But we don't have, you got Mata, Herrera. Look, they can pass the ball around players, but we don't have that player. If Memphis is doubled and they take Memphis out the game, we don't have that player that's going to run at defenders and make them shit their pants. We don't have, Real Madrid have Bale and Ronaldo to run, where you can't just double one because then you're going to get burned. Bayern have Douglas Costa and Arjen Robben, Barcelona have that front 3 that's amazing. It's frustrating. But Memphis didn't look good even when he did get space.
Yeah, I think it was probably one of the poorer performances I've seen from Memphis this season. But I mean, obviously we touched a bit on Wayne Rooney, but Wayne Rooney missed, I thought, some decent chances there, and he was clean through and wasn't clinical enough and quick enough to take the chances. There was one where he went clean through, and obviously Swansea's defenders held out and got back. People are obviously saying he's too slow. Obviously, I think if we'd had a clinical striker there, I think we would have probably won this game comfortably. I think we could have at some stage been at least a couple of goals up in this game, and I don't think Swansea would have come back then. Do you think if we'd had Robin van Persie maybe today, we would have probably won this game? I mean, Robin van Persie is obviously his legs were going, but obviously we don't really know fully what's happened in the situation there with him and Louis van Gaal. But I think it would have been a better option than not having. I mean, we're having to bring Fellaini on in the second half and knocking long balls up. We really need someone up there. I mean, we should have got someone else in before we got rid of Van Persie, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should have. I mean, and now they're saying, Hernandez can go. Here's what I would have done too. Thinking back to it, I would have just, you want to make the substitution with Ashley Young, that's fine, but don't bring Carrick on. We don't need two holding midfielders.
Yeah,
they're going to sit back. Should have brought Hernandez and Fellaini on at the same time with Young, if that's what you wanted to do. That way you have, a poacher in the box and Hernandez. Yeah, granted, he fucking was shit against Club Brugge. Doesn't matter. They need a goal scorer, a clinical goal scorer, because if they would have had one who was one-on-one with the keeper twice, not once, twice, was one-on-one with the keeper. The first time he cut it back. The second time he doesn't shoot. And he fucking tries to go for the penalty. And, I mean, that was pathetic from Rooney. Come on, man. Don't be fucking trying to, fish for the penalty. You take a shot, and I think that goes to speak about his confidence. Yeah, he got that hat trick in midweek, but it was against Bruges. It's a whole different ballgame in the Premier League. You know that. But the thing with Van Persie is, would Van Persie have even got the legs to get into that position the first time? You just don't know. Van Persie did something obviously off the pitch, and it's the same thing with Valdez. We were talking about Valdez before. If he doesn't want to follow rules and do what you're told, then you got to get, you can't have that. Then we're going back to the Moyes era. You know what I mean? Valdez would have told Moyes, I'm not playing in the under-21s, and Moyes would have been like, okay. Ginger fucking goblin, man.
Yeah, I do understand, but I think we should have. Well, we've obviously brought in Romero as a replacement, and we've touched that he's had a poor game, and obviously a lot of people weren't that confident with Romero before the start of the season. But
that was shocking. That was fucking terrible. That was terrible.
Yeah, it was. I mean, obviously
and the thing that pisses me off is that we sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Is that we're dicking around and Woodward's trying to be like Daniel Levy and try and hold out for all this money and be a dickhead, and in the end we're gonna get fucked because they're gonna get De Gea for 30 million and we're gonna be stuck with Romero and Silasson, and they're gonna fight for the #1 shirt. Silasson, I guarantee it. Fucking go to the betting with this. Silasson will be a United player, guaranteed.
Well, the problem is he obviously doesn't trust Silasson 100% because he took him off in the World Cup and brought Tim Krul on just to save the penalties. I mean,
I think that was more of a tactical, because you look at it against Argentina, he did it. He played against them.
Yeah, and the other thing that I noticed in qualifying for the World Cup with Holland, he used a wide range of goalkeepers. I think he used quite a few different goalkeepers. He didn't know which one his best one was for Holland. So personally, I'm not sure if he has full confidence in him. And that's why I'm surprised that Hernandez even come back to Manchester United, because he's brought him back after letting him go out on loan last season. So I don't think he had full good enough for Manchester United. Surely he wouldn't have let him go to Real Madrid. I mean, I know we had more options then, but still, I mean, yeah. we know Hernandez. We know he's not been for the last 2 or 3 years good enough. I mean, in his first season at Manchester United, he was decent, but I mean, obviously, I think probably a better option than Fellaini, but obviously he's going to go now, which we've really got problems if he does actually definitely leave. I think it's Bayer Leverkusen, isn't it, that's reported to be signing him now, because there was reports of we've turned down a move from Tottenham for him, but we've really got to get someone in if he goes, because we can't go into the season with Wayne Rooney, James Wilson and Fellaini, can we now? I mean, we're not scoring enough goals.
We're not. Look. Oh, fuck, I'm going to miss Van Gaal's interview, but it doesn't matter. And I think, look, make of it what you will. I told you, this journalist I know said that Zlatan was offered to United. If that's true, you got to think that he's going to be coming in. I mean, it'd be stupid not to bring him in, even for a year or two. Van Gaal's only here this season and next season, so I don't really know what he's got planned. But yeah, look, if Hernandez is really leaving for Leverkusen, there's no way in hell he's going into the season, the rest of the season with fucking just Rooney up top. He knows there's problems. Louis van Gaal is not a stupid guy. Arrogant, yeah. Stupid, no. Look, this philosophy worked. This philosophy is proven in Germany and Spain and things like that. And he always lays the foundation for the next manager, and it's a damn good foundation if you look at Bayern and all the trophies they've won since he's left. I think it's more of a player thing. I just think that the players they want aren't available, and I don't know if that's because they're being cheap or not. But like I was saying, Juan Mata's not going to run at defenders. He's when you double up on Memphis, teams are going to do that from now on. They're going to double up on Memphis and make us beat them somewhere else. And we don't have that type of game changer. Rooney can't do it anymore. He's not quick enough. He's not clinical enough, and he's just not confident enough. So to keep Rooney should be dropped. I don't want people are saying, oh, well, we should buy another striker and move Rooney into the 10 role. Rooney ain't even the best number 10 here. You know what I'm saying? Herrera's a better number 10. Mata's a better number 10. Fucking Schweinsteiger's a better number 10. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, look, up until the 60th minute, United were controlling this game and winning 1-0. So Swansea won this game based off 5 minutes. And people go, well, they made that tactical change and whatnot. But the first goal was because we got caught up the pitch because Rooney gave the ball away like a fucking idiot. Like, if you're going to give the ball away there, and you got to notice that everybody's up the pitch, and you got to make a professional foul. You got to foul the guy. That's another thing. We'll talk about the ref. The ref started well. I thought he had a few decisions that he did well. But then he got card happy, and it was just boom, boom. And fucking Swansea players just kept going down, like it was nothing. The crowd's, panning for every single fucking foul, and it's just annoying. The refs have been absolutely horrible this year. You look at yesterday, Mark Noble gets sent off. He didn't even fucking do anything. Liverpool, that Bournemouth game too. The goal offside. They've just been horrible. Even today, they called Shelby offside on one of them, but I think it was Ayew who's fucking 3 yards offside. It's just not good enough. It's not good enough. Otamendi went to City. You were never going to get Sergio Ramos. You got caught with your pants down on that. That guy that just went to Valencia, Abendor, I think his name is. He was a left-sided center back who's supposed to be decent. Could have got him. It's just not good enough. Go out and spend money. If De Gea goes, our net spend is like plus 15. Go out, fucking give them De Gea, and write on a piece of paper a number that they can't say no to. Pay him $300,000, just like Rooney. Have Adidas pay him more. These clubs don't need to sell. They don't want to sell. But if you put a number like, look at City. City had to go out and spend 8 million pounds on fucking De Bruyne. They spent 49 on Sterling. Do you think they're going to care about those transfer fees when they're holding the title at the end of the year? No.
Yeah, I've got to agree. But as you touched there before at the beginning, you said about Ibrahimovic. There was rumours that him and Louis van Gaal didn't get on, so I'm not too sure there. But obviously, if we could get him in for a season, he'd be a lot better than Hernandez and Fellaini up front, even though he's obviously getting on a bit and he's older now. But because I just don't think that we're going to get the targets now that we want. That's why I'm a bit surprised he's let players leave with it before we're getting players. But I do think that the David Hare one will go through probably tomorrow. I would like to think that he could possibly stay and be professional and see out his contract. That would be great because I'm not too sure if we have to spend a lot of money on a goalkeeper. But as you touched on before, we should have just got Hugo Lloris. I mean, a top quality goalkeeper. Just accepted that we've got a swap. Because I mean, to be honest, if we'd got Hugo Lloris in goal, them two shots probably wouldn't have gone in today, and we'd have probably been winning this game. But when we were 1-0 up, I really thought that we should have killed this game off. With a real clinical goal scorer, we should have really killed Swansea off. We had that little bit just after we scored, and I really thought that I was actually pretty confident that we were going to get the second goal, but we're just not clinical enough. I don't know if there any real players stood out for you today, sort of man of the match wise. I'm struggling to think of too many that were brilliant today. I don't know about you.
No, Schneiderlin was all right. Smalling was decent. Kind of, got caught flat-footed on the second goal. But other than that, there's no man of the match. You can't have a man of the match today.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, while Mata got the goal, I don't know what you thought of Luke Shaw's performance. I mean, at the back, I mean, if you thought he done all right again, maybe.
Yeah. Look, Luke Shaw, our fullbacks have been the bright spot, and I think I've been saying about that article. Look, Smalling's been playing well, and the fullbacks have been playing well. They're one center back away from having a really dominant back four. So I just can't understand why risk it with Blind, who's not a natural center back. He's done all right up until now, but he was all right today. He wasn't terrible. But the goalkeeper, Seelison will be coming in, I'm sure. So we'll have to wait and see how that works out. But it's just unfortunate that David De Gea has got his balls in his girl's purse. But you can understand that. Look, if it was me or you, and Real Madrid's obviously a massive club and the chance to win trophies, and that's your home country, and your girl's in that town, you can understand that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just stupid that we didn't just sort the problem out a long while ago and just accepted a little bit less money than to be honest. But,
they don't like it either, eh?
No, and just got another goalkeeper in a long while ago and just sorted the problem out earlier, to be honest. But it obviously isn't to be. But yeah, I haven't really got a man of the match to say today. I don't really feel that one Mata did enough, even though he got the goal. He had a chance, obviously, in that first half to score as well. But I mean, Swansea are a good footballing side. They play good football, so I mean, we can't be too downbeaten, can we? I mean, we're just going to have to move on. I mean, we've seen
I think today
Chelsea and Liverpool both losing as well, so it's going to be a tough old league, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, but we weren't clinical, like you just said. Look, Mata had a chance early in the game where he put it wide. He had another chance, I remember. Look, Rooney goes through 2 times on goal with the keeper. There's chances to score, but we're just not clinical enough. And then at the end, there's just not enough urgency. Shaw and Memphis are kind of dicking around on that side when you need to pump the ball. You just need to keep, the old United would have fucking wave after wave after wave of attack. And then they do that throw, and Carrick, knowing that there's only a few seconds left, does a back pass. I just didn't get it. I just didn't think there was enough urgency at the end. There's not enough. When we were winning those games last year on that run, the pace of play, the tempo was outstanding. Teams could hardly catch their breath. We were passing the ball, moving around, just a lack of movement as well. So we'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, it's a few days left in the window.
Yeah, I mean, under Sir Alex Ferguson over the years, when we were late and going into the last 10 minutes, and that obviously he'd bring on every attacking player he could, and obviously we had a lot better attacking options, especially back in the glory days of sort of 2008 and 2009, where he had the likes of Tevez, Ronaldo, and Berbatov, and so many. And obviously Wayne Rooney was a lot better then. So many players that could unlock teams, and he just would go gung ho for a goal, and more often than not, obviously we would get the goal. I mean, so I'm not obviously going to be too. I mean, obviously it's a bad loss, but some of the other teams, as we've said, Chelsea are playing horrible at the moment, letting us so many goals in. So obviously Manchester City are running away at the moment, so it's going to be difficult to win the league. Are you still confident if we can get a couple of players that we can at least still challenge for silverware this year?
It all depends on what they do in the next 2 days. Next 2 days will determine a 4th to 3rd place finish or challenging for the title. You go out and I think they need at least, look, minus the goalkeeper thing, I think a center back is definitely needed, a right winger, and a striker. Everybody knows that. If they get 2 out of the 3, it would depend on the quality of the 2 of the 3. So, if they get the players, yeah, I don't know, man. I guess that if they get the players in, you could challenge, but if they don't, it's going to be 4th place. We're going to be scrapping for 3rd and 4th with Arsenal and Liverpool.
Yeah, which isn't really good enough to me. But considering we have, although we're going to be probably in the plus if we don't get anyone else in terms of net spend, we've still actually outlaid a lot on players because some of that money's obviously come back from Di Maria being sold again. So it is disappointing when he spent a hell of a lot of money, Louis van Gaal, on players, and we're probably going to be finishing in the top 3 or 4 again, which is disappointing. But I'm not too confident actually on getting any big name signing in now. I'm a bit worried that we're going to get Mane from Southampton, and that'd be our last one. I'm hoping it's not, but I did watch him today play just to see if he see what he played like, because obviously Southampton played against 10 men at Norwich today, so obviously that was a fairly easy game for them when they went down to 10 men. I was just checking out his performances, but I'm not too convinced that he's the man to come in on play on the right wing and give us that what we need on the right wing. But
Yeah, but at the same time,
he's
Pasha said
better
it.
than what we've got. But
Pasha said it before too. United fans have this thing where, oh, well, he's not good enough to play for us. He's not good enough to play for us, and this and that. Would you have said Douglas Costa before he went to Bayern was good enough to play for us? Probably not. A lot of people wouldn't have. But you look at what he's doing for Bayern, he's fucking killing it. You know what I mean? Like, his pace is insane. He fucking does, one step over and he's gone. Defenders can't stay with him. There's players like that out there, and I trust our scouting system. So Mane apparently had a good game today. And there was that stat that nobody scored more goals from midfield than him last season from December on. So if it's you never know. Just don't judge a book by its cover just because it's not a big name or he's not from Spain or Argentina. You know what I mean? Trust me, Mane would be good fit for this team, but we'll have to wait and see. I've been talking on Twitter. Put a number on paper that clubs can't say no to. if you said we have 150 million pound war chest, 200 million pounds, whatever, spend it. Me and Steve White last season, we were like, well, yeah, we spent a lot of money, but we were like, why didn't they spend more? We're kind of disappointed they didn't spend more.
Well, yeah, definitely. Well, as I said with the Mane thing, he's probably a better option than what we've got on the right side. I think I'm still not totally convinced playing Juan Mata on there, but obviously it's going to be. I don't know what we're going to do if we do bring a right winger in. Do you think we're going to have a lot of players fighting for that number 10 role? Because we've got so many players that can play that number 10 role. We've got Januzaj, Herrera, Fellaini, Wayne Rooney, Mata. I mean, you could play a lot of players in that number 10 role. Do you think that one of these players, if we do bring in a right winger, is going to have to miss out? Or do you think it'll be Januzaj going out on loan? Because, I mean, Wayne Rooney could still play that number 9 role if we don't bring another striker in, but he could play in the number 10. So we're going to have too many players for that number 10, aren't we? And, well, unless obviously the Januzaj does go.
Januzaj's got to go out on loan. Look, I think it's time to start, Januzaj, not good enough. He's not going to get you. He's not good enough right now. He had one goal, and it was off a deflection. And other than that, he looked poor in the number 10 spot. Fellaini's great coming off the bench. Like today, look, I don't mind that. If that's what you got to do to get a result. And it's worked for us. It worked against QPR last year. It worked against Bruges. It works sometimes. Sometimes you got to do that. Teams can't cope with that. The annoying thing is that Fellaini, at one point, he's going for the ball in the box. I think it was hit towards the back post. And Williams is grabbing his shirt and holding him. Now, he's not going to fall to the ground because he knows he's going to get booked for diving. It's unfortunate because sometimes his size kind of plays against him. You know what I mean? Like, if that was a smaller player and you were holding his shirt back and he goes down, he might get the call. But if Fellaini does it, it's like, look, you big oaf. Like, come on, stay on your feet. But, I feel bad for him in that sense. But, yeah, there's a lot of number 10s. And it's funny because Louis van Gaal was talking about balancing the squad and saying we had a lot of number 10s last season and all these players have gone out, but, we still have all these number 10s.
Well, yeah, because for me, David Moyes brought in another 2 number 10s when we already had a decent amount. I mean, one Mata and Fellaini, but at the time we obviously had Kagawa as well, so it was a bit much in there. Obviously, Kagawa's now left. He obviously left at the start of last season, but we're gonna have to see what happens there because I don't know if Louis van Gaal is still confident in obviously Herrera, but obviously he started the game today, but we're gonna have to see where it goes. But overall, I think we've covered pretty much everything there. I don't know if you've got anything else you want to add before we finish up.
No, just thank you to the people that were watching in Saladino, Jack Quest. Somebody called me a Plastic United fan earlier, but he can come on and tell me that, if he wants. Because I said something about the 5 minutes. Because if you look at that game, look, Swansea had their chances. We had our chances, but we dominated for the first 10 minutes, dominated the second half for the first 10 minutes, and then we had 5 minutes where we fucking were absolute dog shit, and they scored 2 goals. And they were off mistakes. So, no, I don't have much to say. I'm not really, whatever. I'm going to wait till the transfer window shuts, and then I'm going to make you just gotta wait. I have to wait. There's 2 days left. I can't wait till it's over, to be honest. And Jetson Nitya Gospel, good to see you again, my friend.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Anyway, we'll be back on Tuesday sometime, probably, to discuss the transfer window, because it does shut at 6 o'clock UK time. So
I guess what we could
we'll probably do a video.
We'll go live. We can go live, maybe like 15, 20 minutes before it closes. We'll do Not Just United. We'll wrap up all the transfer news, and then we'll give our predictions.
Yeah, okay, so stay tuned for that. Thanks to everyone for watching. Follow me at Daniel H1558 on Twitter, and Joey Tabor on Twitter as well. It's at Joey Tabor. Thanks to everyone for watching. Make sure to hit the like button if you haven't. Subscribe if you're new. And we'll talk to you all soon. Thanks.